Hi, I'm Amanda from Life Unraveled, and we're here to unravel life's little mysteries. In this unit, we're looking at starting school. What's involved with starting school? Who should we talk to? What do we need to know before they start school? And how to prepare them ready for that school experience. Let's start off on what are the things that we really need to know about the school environment. Well, first of all, who are the people in the school? There is quite a long list of people, and some people will have a number of jobs. Depending on how big your school is, will really depend on how many people are doing these particular jobs. But in essence, we have the administration staff. Now, these are the people that you book in to see the principal. They're the people that you hand in your money to. They're the first port of call if you've got any administration types of questions. They're lovely people, and they're really there ready to help. And even though you might feel a little bit frustrated with something, make sure that you treat them really well, because they're the people that can make your life a lot easier. There's classroom teachers, and they're the people that will be spending the majority of time with your children. They'll be sitting with your kids. They're responsible for their academic learning. They see the kids most of the time in the primary years. Once you get to secondary school, it's a completely different situation, and they have a whole heap of different classroom teachers doing different subjects. But in primary school, the majority of the subjects are conducted by the classroom teacher. Now, what you will also have is you have support teachers and sharing teachers. So you may have two classes that get together, and the kids go in groups, and some kids will go over here and another kids will do this activity. And then you'll have teacher aides that help in the classroom as well, and they're there to help the teacher and to help the kids with their learning, so that you get more one to small group learning rather than one person with a whole class of 21 to 30 kids. There's often a head of year. And if there's not a head of year, it would be a head of junior school or a head of senior school. And these people are your go-to people. If you've spoken to the classroom teacher and you're not quite understanding what's happening, and then you can go to the head of year. The head of year is the person who often deals with discipline issues. So if something's happened in the classroom that the classroom teacher has dealt with, but it is continually happening, some a behaviour that's not acceptable in the classroom or in the school environment, then they will be referred to the head of year or the head of junior school. And these people then deal with the discipline issues that need to happen at the school level. You've also got a guidance officer. Now, a guidance officer is attached to the school, and they're sort of a social worker. They're there to look after the welfare of your children. So if anything untoward has happened and the child has told the classroom teacher, sometimes through mandatory reporting, the classroom teacher needs to tell they'll tell the deputy principal, and they'll also tell the guidance officer, and the guidance officer may then have a chat to the child, and all with your permission. So this will never be done without your permission, so you can be assured of that. And if you want to see the guidance officer for any reason, you can always make an appointment and see the guidance officer about your child. They're there to help, and they're a great resource for schools. Now, there's a business manager. Now, this person looks after the finances, they look after the grounds, they look after the people who look after the grounds, like the groundsman and the cleaning staff, and everything that has to go into making a school work. So these are the business managers, and these people are generally you won't be speaking to unless you want to hire out the hall, for instance. Next is the deputy principal. Now, the deputy principal is really important. They're the people that sit just under the principal, and they look after the general running of the whole school. They're also the people who, if behaviour has been escalated, it gets up to them. And if it then they're the people who hand out the suspensions, and if it gets really bad, it will then go up to the principal. Some schools are too small and they don't have deputy principals, but the majority of schools will have a deputy principal. So along with this deputy principal is the principal, and they are the top. They're like the CEO of the school. They're the people who have to report to the education minister about the academic performance of the children in the school, about the running of the school, about the buildings and any buildings that need repair. They're the people who organise the grants and organise building, look at the future, look at the strategic future of the school. And they're also the people that really colour the whole school environment. I think it's wonderful when you have school visits that the principal will speak, and you'll hear, when you go there, you'll hear different principals have really different ways of running schools. So you need to find a principal that really fits in with your ethos and with your values. The last person is the education minister. Now, the education minister is not someone that you'll generally talk to. They're the people that are appointed by the government to oversee the runnings of the school. They often talk to principals, they often talk to regional managers. They're responsible for the overall education. Now these people are appointed by the government, so they have a big job, but they really look at policies and procedures rather than what's going to happen to your child. So that is in essence the whole school. They're all the different people that are in the school environment. And it really runs very differently to, say, a company like BHP or NAB or some of the big banks. It really runs in its own environment because we are looking at the welfare of our children.
This video was produced by Imagination Pty Ltd for Life Unravelled. All advice and information given during this course is designed for general use only. If you have any concerns for your child, please seek professional advice as soon as possible. For terms and conditions, please see website www.lifeunravelled.com.au.